Good afternoon, Forever UK. It's my absolute pleasure to share with you how to find new gel drinkers under the current climate and how to ensure that they are repeat customers. It's something that I'm going to do jointly with somebody who I work closely with, and you'll hear a little bit from her later on. I'm just going to give it a couple. Wow. There's already over 200 people on, so I will give it a couple of minutes. I'm usually just ready to rear and go, but I will give it a couple of minutes because I know that, like me, many of you will have children and you'll be trying to get them sorted and entertained. And for lots of us, it's half term. So, you know, it's a bit of a different week, possibly a harder week because we haven't got homeschooling where they can be occupied and we've got to occupy them. I just want to say an absolute massive thank you to everybody who I have the pleasure of working with. This time last year, our team were presented with this. We were in the top 5 open for the UK. And this year, I'm going to be really honest, I never expected for our team to be in the top 5, let alone be number 4 in the UK, because I broke a manager last year, which meant that a lot of my case credits left me. But what I hope that you'll find today, I hope you will get to realise that, you know, what our team have done is we've built up a lot of steady businesses where a lot of our team are 4cc active. So this is for everybody in our team because obviously we didn't get a chance to celebrate together. So yeah, absolutely great start to the year. Right, we're going to make a start now. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Emma Spruell. I've been in business for the last 4.5 years. And the time has just absolutely flown. One thing that I have been since the day that I started is that I've been consistent with my business. I've been consistent in looking after customers. I've been consistent in sponsoring people into the business. I'm not a sponsoring superstar, but what I do is I sponsor consistently each and every single month. I think there's only been 3 months in the whole of the 4.5 years where I haven't sponsored. But that doesn't worry me too much neither, the fact that there's 3 months where I haven't sponsored, because I know that over the course of a year, it's what brings you in your business over the year, and they're the numbers that you really need to look at. Right, so we've got over 300 people, so let's get started. So my background is I was a teacher for 18 years. I absolutely loved my job. But that's what it was. It was a job, and it was a job that never ended. It was a job that even when I stayed after school and I'd tried to do a little bit of work, so it didn't have to bring any work home, that never ever worked out. I was always working late on into the evenings, and I hope that lots of you appreciate now just what a tough job being a teacher is, because many of us have had to take on those roles. But I left teaching 2.5 years ago to be able to spend more time with my children. I practiced the law of attraction, but I definitely didn't bring homeschooling into the equation. That wasn't part of the plan. But you know what? There's no other place that I would have rather have been last year than to homeschool my children. Because you know what, I wasn't answerable to anyone. I didn't have to worry if I was spending half an hour to do a cookery lesson or 15 minutes to do a Joe Wicks workout. No one was going to tell me what I needed to do in my business. So let's get started. So I think it's really interesting that I was looking back at like when I actually stopped doing aloe bars. It's something that I've been doing for the last probably 3 years. I absolutely love them, and it's where I get most of my new gel drinkers from. And that's just because I have a conversation with people. I do them in lots of different venues close to where I live, and I've built up a lot of local and regular gel drinkers. You can see there the picture on the left. This was actually just before Valentine's Day. You can see the little red hearts in front of the moisturising lotion and the scrub. But when I do events, I go there with one goal and one aim, and that's to get gel drinkers. I go there to have conversations with people, to build up a bit of a relationship with people. And one of the gel drinkers that I actually got from one of the gyms that I go to, John, he's one of my best customers. John took 4 months to eventually decide to order from me. We built up a relationship over a couple of months, and everybody in our team knows John, my gel drinker. He's not on any sort of social media, and he gives me a call every 6 weeks, and he orders 3 litres of Freedom off me. And, you know, it's those nice sort of special relationships that, you know, we can't get to do right now. We're not in a position to be able to do aloe bars. The one on the right, unfortunately, that was an aloe bar that I did in a coffee shop, which is local to me. As you can see on the table, I have very little information. The one thing that I do encourage everybody to do is to use those yellow aloe leaflets. You can get them when you place an order. So always I encourage our team that when they're placing a weekly or a monthly order, whatever it might be, always pop a pack of those 50 leaflets on. They'll probably go out of stock now. This is what happened last time when I announced this. But don't underestimate the power of those leaflets because they really are fantastic. So that was the old, but this is now the new. Lockdown came middle of March, was it? So, you know, we're nearly a year into living a different way of life. But these are just a couple of statistics that I've found. There are 50 million Facebook users in the UK. There are 24 million Instagram users. Now, there are lots of other types of social media platforms that you can use. These are 2 that I feel really comfortable with. And I've got to say, I do follow all the Forever UK channels. I do enter every single competition. And today I've just found out that I've won a £250 food hamper. So I can't wait for that to arrive. And that was through Instagram. So I entered a competition with Forever UK. So definitely check out the platforms that Forever have got. Now, you might not feel comfortable in using Instagram. You might prefer TikTok. You might prefer Snapchat. Whatever social platform you use, make sure that you master it before you move on to another one. But just look at those figures, 50 million Facebook users. And let's face it, we're not looking for a lot of regular customers. We are looking to develop those 20 to 30 regular customers. Now, your regular customers may not be aloe gel. Your regular customers might be people who are buying the ultralight shakes. They might be people who are buying the RG. But for me and our team, we are building a business just on the aloe vera gel. What I should have mentioned as well at the start was if you do have any questions today, put them in the question and answer box, not the chat box. And at the end, we'll stay on and we will hopefully be able to answer any questions that you've got. So what was the new became the norm, but it all wasn't completely online. So here's just some of the people who I work closely with once a month. We get together and we decide what sort of products we think people are going to want. So in January, obviously in January, people are looking for a healthier lifestyle. People might be looking at weight management programs. So in January, the C9 was one of our key products that we were focusing on. But each and every single month, we always, as a team, focus on trying to build new regular gel drinkers. And that can take time. It can take time to build up your first couple of gel drinkers. Not all of them might stick with the gel, which is why you've got to continually look for new gel drinkers. And what we did was we tried to make things fun. We tried to do things a little bit differently. We jumped on Zoom. We talked to people about different products, not necessarily just the gel. And we just tried to make it a little bit fun. So this was an event that we did, which was based around a couple of products. It was based around the Multi-Maca, the Vitalize, the Berry Nectar Gel, and the FabX. And we just, picked up little props and things just to make events just a little bit more exciting. But I did say that even though we've gone into lockdown and things probably have gone 95, even 99% online, you've still got an opportunity to speak to your local friends, your local neighbours. And I do every single week, as do lots of people in our team, we regularly post out Dear Neighbour letters, just letting people know about you. And, do your network know exactly what it is do you do? I want to be known as the aloe lady in the area where I live. But, I live on a street with probably about 80 houses in. That's around about 240 people just on my road. How many people on my road actually buy the aloe each and every single month off me? Two of them, my neighbours over the road, Christine and her husband Richard, they are regular freedom drinkers. So you're probably going to say, well, why aren't the rest drinking it? It's not the right time for them to consider drinking aloe vera. But when the time comes and something might happen in their lives, they'll say, oh yeah, that girl down the road, Emma with the 3 kids, I'm sure she does some aloe vera. So it doesn't have to be completely online. So what happened in 2020? So this time last year, throughout the year, I sponsored a total of 27 people. And 16 of those people who joined me throughout the course of 2020 were regular gel drinkers. And I would encourage you to speak to your regular gel drinkers. It's something that's worked really well in my business and in people in our team as well. Those people who were regularly drinking the gels were bringing me in roundabout, and I've worked out how much they were spending with me. They were spending typically in case credits, 3.2 case credits a month collectively. So 16 customers were spending on average 3.2 case credits a month collectively. But since those people have now joined as preferred customers, those 16 regular gel drinkers are still all continuing to buy the gel. Some of them have now got the husbands, their wives, their children, their relatives drinking the gel as well. So I've doubled maybe possibly the amount of gel drinkers that I had, but they're just not buying them from me anymore. They're ordering them from themselves. But these 16 people are now spending more money each and every single month because they're open to the web store. Because they can log in as a business owner, they get to see all of the products just like we do. And they're typically spending more than what they were doing when they were buying it from me. And that's because they're getting it at a discounted price. So your gel drinkers could possibly be your best team members. Now, not all of them are going to want to run the business. Not all of them are going to spend more CCs. But you know what? It's easier for them to look after themselves than what it is for me to look after them right now with what was going on last year. But just look at the increase in case credits of those 16 customers who join me throughout the year. They're now typically doing 20.7 case credits. Now, sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less. But one of those people who joined me last year, who was a customer, her circumstances changed during lockdown. She decided, that she wanted a little bit more, and could she possibly look at earning some money? And she's actually hit supervisor. So never underestimate people who are drinking this product, that one day they might be interested in running a business, because that was me. For 12 months before I joined this business, I was drinking this product and I was feeling fantastic. I was recommending it to other people. But when I was asked the first couple of times to join, it wasn't the right time for me. But then something changed in my life. We had a really bad Ofsted, and I questioned the profession that I was in and thought, do I actually want to stay in teaching? So what happens for me in my business is every January, I have to do 2 things. I have to rebuild my gel drinkers, my regular gel drinkers, and I also have to rebuild the team that I'm working with and introduce new people to the business. So in January, I introduced a challenge called 30 gel drinkers in 30 days. And that was something as a team we embrace. Now, some people in our team may only have 5 to 7 gel drinkers. Some people in our team have got 10 to 15. It's something that doesn't end on the 31st of January. It's something that's going to continue right the way through the year. And it might take some of our team the whole of the year to find those 20 to 30 regular gel drinkers. But I know what 20 to 30 regular gel drinkers can do for your business. So this was me. This was a sheet that I updated our team with each and every single week, because it's a monkey see, monkey do business. And I would never expect anyone in our team to do something that I wasn't prepared to do myself. So the very first week in January, I had 2 gel drinkers. By the second week in January, I think I had about 7 or 8 gel drinkers. And by the end of the month, I had 25. I'm really happy to share with everybody right now that I've actually got 32 regular customers. The reason why I do that is because I would like to think that when people eventually join the business and they are looking to grow a team and a substantial business from forever, I would like to think that I could give them a couple of gel drinkers to look after, to keep them motivated and to show them what's possible with the business. So If all of those 25 drinkers that I got in January, if every single month they place an order for a couple of litres of aloe, assuming it's just the plain, that would bring me in 5.2 case credits each and every single month. And that's why already this month, I've already done 5 case credits in retail, and we're only halfway through the month. That doesn't include any other products that they want to buy from me. So last night I sold a propolis cream, but all of those little add-ons, all of those little extras help me retail round about 8 to 12 case credits every single month, because not every single month someone is going to want a propolis cream. Not every single month somebody is going to want an aloe vera jelly from me, but every single month people are going to want this gel off me. And that's why I look to build up at least 30 regular gel drinkers. So actually in January, I got 13 new gel drinkers, and I had another 12 gel drinkers who were ordering from me in February, who came back in January and placed an order with me. So the combination of the 25 gel drinkers in January was a little bit of mix of people who were already drinking it, and it was also people who were new to drinking it. Now, I know that what everybody wants to find out right now is, how did you get those 13 regular the 13 new gel drinkers? Now, I haven't got time to talk through each and every single one, but what I've done is I've picked out different scenarios to give you just a little bit of understanding as to how I meet these people and how I got them to drink the aloe vera. I was actually dropping Gail a message about the business. She'd someone who'd been watching me Facebook stories, and I dropped a message about the business, and it turns out that the business wasn't for her, and that's fine. The business isn't for everyone. But I said to Gail, listen, the business might not be for you, but would you be interested in taking a look at our products? And she said, yeah, sure, I'd be interested in taking a look. I added it to my customer group. She had a little look. She dropped me a message a couple of days later, and she said, I think I'd like to try that aloe vera gel. I said, that's not a problem. So Gail became one of my new customers. Barbara, I met in December, and never underestimate the power of a brochure. Once every year, round about Christmas time, December, I organise food hampers that go to vulnerable families, people who just haven't got enough. And last year, it really opened my eyes doing these hampers, because they weren't going to your typical family. They were going to a lot of people who had lost their jobs, people who've probably worked all of their lives. And it was really a humbling experience last year when we did that. Barbara was one of the ladies who donated a food hamper. I didn't know her. She was a complete stranger. Someone that Barbara knows had donated a food hamper. She'd popped it on her Facebook and said, I've just donated this food hamper. If anybody wants to get involved, contact Emma Spruell. Barbara dropped me a message and she said, I think it's a lovely idea what you're doing. I would love to get involved. What do I need to do? So Barbara became my new Facebook friend in December. When she dropped the hamper off, I wrapped up a brochure. I think I gave her an aloe lips, an MSM gel sample, and I gave her one of the yellow aloe vera leaflets. And a handwritten Christmas card, which just said, Dear Barbara, thanks so much for supporting the hamper appeal. It really does mean a lot. Wishing you and your family a lovely Christmas. Love, Emma. Gave her the brochure and she was like, oh, what's this? And I said, oh, it's my business. And she said, oh, what is it? I said, oh, have a little look yourself. I said, you might see something, that you might fancy in the new year. That was it. In January, I followed up with everybody who'd done one of the hampers and just dropped them a message saying, Dear Barbara, I said, just wanted to let you know, we actually generated, which was a bit freaky, 220 food hampers, and it was the year 2020. I thought that was a bit weird. You might not, but I did. Anyway, we donated 220 hampers that went all across Merseyside to a variety of different places, lots of food banks, lots of children's centres. It was lovely. So I just dropped Barbara a message to wish her a new year. And I just said, did you have a chance to have a look at some of the information that I gave you? And she said, oh, yeah. She said, I've been looking at this Forever Freedom. And she said, oh, what's it like? And I said, oh, it's all right. I said, I actually drink it. I said, I actually mix it with the plain aloe. And she said, oh, what does it look like? So I actually did her a little video. I should have put that in. I went to my fridge, poured out a shot of the Forever Freedom, mixed it with this because that's how I prefer it. Did a little video, knocked the shot back, sent it, and I said, that's what I drink every single day, Barbara. I said, it works for me. And she said, I'd love to order some. So that was Barbara, my new gel drinker. And that was just through the power of giving her a brochure. And Karen, be really observant what people are posting on the social media right now. Karen put on her Facebook, can anyone recommend any vitamins? I'm feeling sluggish all of the time. And there were loads of different comments underneath the post. People were saying she needed to take this, she needed to take that, she needed to take this. I clicked on Karen, noticed that she was friends with 3 of my gel drinkers. I dropped Karen a message and I said, hiya, Karen. I said, how do you know Elaine, Sarah and Lindsay? And she said, oh, I used to go to school with them. And I said, well, do you know what? I said, they all drink something that I drink. I said, it's something that's packed with vitamins and minerals in. It might be what you're looking for. She said, oh, right. Can you send me some more information about it? At which point I added it to my customer group. In my customer group, there are loads of reviews. You can get loads of reviews on any of our products. Just go onto Forever Living website. When you place an order, double click on the product and it comes up with loads of reviews. So in my customer group, there's loads of reviews on the products and there's lots of feedback from my customers who also drink this. And she said, yes, sure, I'd like to order it. So that's just a short selection of people and how I've managed to get and find new gel drinkers. Lots of it was done online. 3 out of the 4 gel drinkers were all actually, Barbara and Mess on the doorstep. So that wasn't online, but Gail and Karen were both online. So 50% of the new gel drinkers were probably from online, and that's something that we can all do. So next, I would love to introduce you to Alison Moore. Me and Alison have been working together for the last 15 months. She works full time, so she hasn't got as much time as what I've got to run her Forever business. And that word there, help, was her word at the start of the year, the Kickstart training. And when I saw that word, I panicked at first because I thought, is she asking me for more help? Does she need more help? Am I not giving her what she needs? When actually her word meant that she actually wants to help lots of other people, which that just sums up the type of person that Alison is. So Alison has built up a fantastic 4cc business for, I'm not going to steal her thunder. She can tell you exactly what she's done. So Alison, over to you.
Thank you, Emma. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm genuinely honoured to be on here today to share how I run my business with you and how I get my 4cc active with gel drinkers. So as Emma said, I work full time. I'm actually a prison officer and I work anti-social hours and very long hours. So the small amount of time that I have to be very organised in it. I wasn't looking for anything. I've been in the prison service for 30 years in September. I enjoy being in there, weirdly, but it's all I've known really, and I wasn't looking for anything. But I was introduced to this business and the products kind of triggered something that, oh, this might help family and myself. And what have I got to lose? And I was invited to Emma's house for a BP and everyone was excited about it. I was, but I was adamant that I wasn't going to be leaving my job for this. The products sound great. It all sounds amazing, but I couldn't see myself running a business. How times change, really. So I fell in love with the product and naturally I started recommending the product. The gel is the flagship product and it is an amazing product. So like I said, I only have limited time on my hands because as well as working full time, I volunteer. I've got a big family I'm kind of the head of. So I have lots to do and not much time to myself. What I did was anyone who I was talking about the gel to, be it via flyers, in my VIP group on Facebook, or just chatting, which is where I usually do most of find my gel drinks, just talking to people as I'm going about my daily business, talking about the health benefits it's given my mum and my sister and others and me. And after using the products and getting to know the products and learning a little bit more about other things, I was able to kind of feel a lot more authentic about just telling people about those products and sharing the information with them. Anyone I'd shared the information with, I made a list and I kept in touch with those people and followed them up. And when the time was right for them, they tried the gel and they ordered. So as you can see on the left, that's me with a list of people who I talk to the gel about, who they've asked me questions about, and me following them up and when they order. So I would highlight them then and move them over to the right, where they then become a gel drinker. On the gel drinkers list, I'll keep track of what product they order and when the next due for their order. And I ideally like to get everybody to order at the beginning of the month. And this being, so I can have most of my CCs in the first few days of the month. To do that, I do keep in regular contact with all my gel drinkers, and I look after them. But what I do is I message them the end of the month to say I'm placing an order. Would you like me to order for you? They get on board. So at the beginning of the month, I am then ready to place that bulk of the order with my personal order. And they don't just order the gel, they'll order a lips or they'll order a tooth gel, because I've always popped samples in their little bag as well. So that all adds up. And at the beginning of the month, I'm 4cc active early on. So I look after them, as I say, so in their deliveries, or if it's their birthday, I'll pop something through the post. I'll always say thank you, give them some samples, or if it's a product that I know they may well enjoy, or would they do a review for me, I'll pop something in. And I usually do it seasonal, so if it's Christmas, Valentine's, Easter, I'll pop something like a little chocolate in, or some sweets, or a candle, or whatever, and just give them a little thank you note. So I do that, and I'd always give my gel drinkers a glass as well, a nice aloe shot glass, because I think they appreciate that, and it is nicer to drink out of. So the business, by looking after my customers, and it is only a handful of customers that I look after, because I base the business around the gel drinkers, which is what we've been taught, it's manageable while I work full time. So what it's given me extra money every month to treat me and my family to the little extra things that I wouldn't normally do, because we can't, because your main wages pays your bills and all your other things. So what I was able to do, lockdown hit us, and I did think, oh, well, that's the end of that for me, but it wasn't. I had regular gel drinkers that wanted our products, so I kept on staying in touch with them, following them up, and therefore it gave me a chance to treat us to a hot tub, which we used every single day of last year during lockdown. I was able to treat family and friends to better birthday presents. My husband did get a boys' trip, which I'm hoping to still, it's paid for, he's hoping to still go, but obviously it depends on travel. But just making decorations and presents a little bit more lavish than normal. I treated myself to some personal training sessions when we were able to go back out and about in August, which this company's also given me the chance to look at my health and treat myself to skincare and products as well. So all those treats there I would not normally have done. I paid for Christmas because come January, when the credit card bill hadn't gone up because I'd not used it, I was really impressed. And I got straight onto 2021 goals and I've started already buying everything for my mum's birthday in March, which is all paid for with January's. So that's what it's given me personally. But in business, I have managed to be 4cc active with my regular gel drinkers every month, and I've achieved level 1 and level 2, and next month I'll be hitting level 3, which will give me my suitcase, which can only lead to bigger and better things. During the year, I've also taken part in other training. I've done the sports and weight management online training and the supplement training, which again, when you receive a certificate through the post and a pin, I don't get any of that in my main job. In all the years I've been there, I've completed various things. I wouldn't even get told, well done, in a good day's work. But achieving these certificates and pins and all these levels that you achieve, you've done them yourself, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud to be part of this company that actually looks after you too and makes you feel that you have achieved, and you know, is congratulating of you and your award. So my next goal is to become manager, because I want to carry on treating everybody to bigger and better things. I want to carry on achieving, and I actually now, I didn't think, Emma was shocked when I told her, but I am thinking of walking away from my career, because I want to fulfill this business and just work on this full time, because it's what I enjoy doing. And I now believe we can, because believe in the business, believe in you, be organised and be consistent.
Alison, that was brilliant. That and I was just smiling from ear to ear. How many case credits are you on right now?
I think I've just gone to 4.2, something like that this week with the last
So
order.
we're halfway through the month. Alison's already on 4.2 case credits. And I think that, you know, a lot of us in our team, we all went for this incentive, which was the Aloe Days incentive. We actually cleaned up, didn't we? We won the level 5 prize, which was the iPads. We won the level 4 prize. The level 3, I think the only one we didn't win in our team was the level 2. We won the level 1. And Alison, what Alison's realised in a business is that, yeah, 4cc is like the foundation. But what Alison's now doing is she's doing 5 or 6 case credits every single month. And that's just down to Alison really looking after their customers around a full-time job. And that's why I wanted to bring Alison on. I wanted to bring Alison on because, you know, not everyone in this business wants what I want from this business. Lots of people just want an extra £300 to £400 a month. And doing that by looking after a handful of customers, as you've just seen with Alison, is actually really possible. Alison hasn't seen this next slide because I didn't want her to see this. But working with Alison, what it's done for me is it's made me smile. And I get this business now. I understand in this business that the more I help people in our team, the more things I'll achieve with this business. So, you know, these are just a couple of the messages, which probably Alison has even forgotten that she sent me, but she sent me a message in July when she was actually being recognised for 4cc for the first time. And she put, ooh, check me out. And when she talked about it before, about, you know, being recognised in a day job, she doesn't get that recognition. And she was just over the moon that forever we're going to put her name on a slide. That's what it means to lots of people right now. So how did Alison continue this momentum? Well, in September, when I got back from my holidays, I was away for 7 weeks in the summer. I came back and Alison was one of our team who I met with, and I said, right, come on, we're all going to pay for Christmas. Who wants to pay for Christmas? And that was Alison's actual goal board. She wanted £500 for to take Tony away, which I don't think's happened, has it, Al? She's gone. But what she did have on her goal board was a food shop, £250 for Marks and Spencer's. And I was thinking, that's a lot, isn't it? Like £250 on your food shop just for you and Tony. But you know what? By October, by the 1st of October, Alison had sent me that Christmas food shop is all done. It was all ordered, paid with her profits from what she'd made in January, not in January, in September. And that's what this business has given her. Now, we've done new goals, haven't we, Al? We've done a new goal board. We started that in between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
So on a goal board was, you wanted to box off your mum's 70th, didn't you? You wanted the cake, the balloon, all the rest of it. And then we had a little bit of a catch up, didn't we, at the end of January, just for 15 minutes. And I said, right, come on, let's see how many things you've ticked off. And believe me, doing a goal board and putting things down that mean something to you is going to make you work your business, isn't it, Al?
Yeah, it really helped, and I focused on each one.
Yeah, so yeah, there you can see me and Al are on having a little catch up. My daughter's there working in the background, and I'm sure that most people can resonate with what's going on right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to stop the share. We might have some questions, so let me just take a look. So let's have a little look. Let's scroll back to the beginning. When you register your gel drinkers into the business, do you sign them as an FBO? Yes, because that's going to open them to lots of other products. I say to them, you're going to get 3 litres of aloe in there. One thing that I do say, Zoe, is that I'm more than happy to swap the flavours of the gels in the Start Your Journey box and give them the flavours of the gels that they drink. So if they drink the plain, I'm more than happy to swap the Freedom and the Berry and give them the minis. The beauty about the minis is that you can swap a bottle of Freedom and give them 4 little mini aloes. How did Alison find the gel drinkers? Did she just message people? Alison, how do you want to answer that? How did you find these gel drinkers that Alison's been finding over the last 15 months? Have not all been online, have they, Alison? How have you found them?
Not at all. So initially, I just had a launch with my family. I didn't even invite my friends, and I did a launch to just for me really to sort of put it out there. But my family have felt the benefits, and they really wanted to carry on taking it. And I've offered them the chance. You don't have to, but they really are enjoying the product. So I've got my steady family, then friends to talk to. In work, I know a lot of people in work, and I just talk to people all day long. I talk to them about all the products and mostly the gels and what I'm taking. People have seen a difference in me, and I've offered my advice on how I help them. And flyers, we give out the flyers, as Emma said, and I do various activities. And also when I'm delivering anything, I'll always pop a leaflet in so people are aware.
Didn't you get a new gel drinker the other day? You were dropping off an order. What did the woman order?
Oh, so a lady had ordered the essential oils, and I dropped it off, and there was a leaflet in, but I keep a relationship going. I don't just make it about a sale in any way. And I ask her what she thought of the product, and then she's been chatting to me, and she said, "Oh, I've just been reading this leaflet about aloe vera, and I've heard this is really good for you." And I'll ask her a bit about her, why she would like to take it. What was she thinking? And for general health and wellness, she said, "I'd like to try it." So I said, "Okay, which one would you like to try?" She said, and we've ordered, and that's on our way to her this week.
And that's the thing, sometimes it can take 7 exposures for people to see something that you're recommending to people. So in my customer group, one of my gel drinkers last year, she's been in my customer group for about 3 years. She's never ordered this. I've actually got a picture in my Facebook group. It's me holding up the aloe vera. And I'm like, surely everybody must know that this is my business and that's what I drink every day. And she commented, I did a post on something last summer, and she said, "Oh, what's this?" So just because we're on social media a lot, just because we use our Instagram or our Facebook or our TikTok, don't assume that everybody else is on social media as much as us. So sometimes it can be 7 exposures. Where did you say the testimonials are on foreverliving.com? So when you go to place an order, you log in, you go onto your dashboard, you search your product. When the product comes up, so it might say that, and it might say, whatever price you pay for it. If you just double click on the product, it then comes up with product reviews, and there's usually quite a few there. So there's loads of reviews that you can screenshot, pop them in your customer groups. Customer group, is this a group you created on Facebook or WhatsApp? Yeah, we've got a Facebook. Everybody in our team has got their own individual Facebook group for their customers, like a VIP group. You call it whatever you want. Alison, what's yours called? Hello, Alison?
Aloe More.
Oh, Aloe More for the surname. Mine's called Aloe Believer. You can call them, create them, whatever your name. And I'm sure there's probably been a training about Facebook groups and how to set them up. But yeah, it's a private group. Both of us, me and Alison, we don't put any products on our main Facebook whatsoever. We just like to run it that way. We just like to have a private group, and if people are interested, they can join the group. But I don't put any products on my main Facebook. Alison, how do you ask old gel drinkers to see if they want to start drinking it again? Oh, this is a great question, Alison. You know what? Old gel drinkers, when they stop, and we've all got people who stop drinking the aloe, just drop them a message and say, "Hiya, how are you feeling?" And they'll probably come back and say, "Oh, do you know what? I feel rubbish." And then you go back and say, "Do you know what? You need to get back on that aloe." And you know what? 9 out of 10 people come back. We've had loads of loads of old gel drinkers all coming back, haven't we, Al?
Yeah.
We keep in our team page, we keep a till of ring the daily till. And when people get an order, whatever it is. So for me, I got a propolis order this morning. which came as the result of putting a post about the propolis cream in my customer group last night. But the number of people this month who've said, return and gel drinker, return and gel drinker, return and gel drinker. We all know in this business, the fortune is in the follow-up. You saw it on Alison's list. She's got a list of people who've inquired about the gel. And when the time's right, they'll order. But every month she'll drop them a message. Hiya, how are you? Not necessarily go in and say, would you like to order the gel and placing an order? But just ask them a question, or noticed you went to the park with the kids. Did you have a nice time? Just building up that relationship, and that is what Alison is really good for. What do you say when people say it's expensive? Expensive compared to what? You can't put a price on this. There's nothing out there that gives you all of the benefits of this. There's just, it's too expensive. Sorry, expensive
it's
compared
less than
to
a cup of coffee, as we say, isn't it? It's less than a cup of coffee.
It's less than a cup of coffee a day. Me and Alison, we like to get our hair done. My grey hair's lovely coming through right now. So I would have had my hair done the end of January. I can't get my hair done. So do these people get the hair done? Do they get their eyebrows done? Do they look after themselves? Do they book themselves into a massage? Do they normally have a takeaway once a week? People can't spend the money right now. There's never been a better time to get people using and drinking our products right now. I think that's all the questions. What do you say to them to buy the aloe drinks? Everyone in our team knows what I say. I say, how old do you think I am? And I send them a picture. How old do you think I am? Do you think my skin looks good? Yeah, if you want great skin like me, you need to drink it. If people say it's expensive to buy one gel drink every month, I have offered the business to both of them and not interested. One is a chef, the other lady is an accountant. What would you say to those people? I'd move on. If they're not going to buy it off you, find other people. There's 50 million Facebook users. You're only looking for 25 regular gel drinkers. Alison's got 17 of them. I've got 35 of them. So there's still another 59 million out there. Not 59, because I can't even do my maths. There's another 49 million people out there to go and approach. So would you suggest a group over a page? I've got both. I've got a customer page and I've got a customer group. I find a customer group better. I find that a customer group is more personal. You can show you more. I've just used the shampoo and the conditioner this morning because it went out of stock, but I managed to get some. And I've just used it this morning, and I've done like a little story with me, like washing my hair and a little piece size. And do I want that all over a Facebook page? Probably not. But am I happy for it to be in a smaller group with people who I know I can trust? Yeah, probably. What's the best approach to get people to be part of Forever, either as buyers or business owners? Best approach, invite them to the BP. How much info is on your business card? Not a lot. My name, building a business from home since 2016, Liverpool, my phone number, my email address, and my social media links. Not a lot. Do you offer gel drinkers a Novus customer? Where's that question gone? A Novus customer account, or do you charge retail price? I've never offered anyone a Novus customer account at all. Or do you charge retail prices? Gel drinkers get charged retail prices. We're making a business, otherwise it'd just be a hobby. Okay, I think that is all the questions. What would a typical follow-up message say? I really struggle to get my customers to order again the next month.
It's staying in touch with them while they're drinking the first month, isn't it, really, and asking them how it's going, and offer them tips if they, to take smaller amounts, build it up, and just.
There are people out there, people are buying the gel. They've never felt more of a need, I don't think, with all what's going on with the current climate, to look after themselves. Alison, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Really enjoyed you being on this live. And I hope everybody has a fantastic February. I hope you have a great half term. If you're like me, you've got a week off with the kids. And yeah, let's hope that, we are going to get back to a new type of normal very, very soon. Sam, thank you so much for inviting myself and Alison on today. And I think that's it. Is Sam going to stop the webinar? Is she going to stop?